Hello speaky people, it is Lilith and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a lovely day. Today I will be sharing with you a little bit of a different video. I don't usually sit down and talk and ramble about my thoughts, but that's what we're doing here today. This is my compilation of tips from a baby bat to baby bats, to younger baby bats. Essentially all the things that I would say to my younger self just getting into the subculture if they were here right now. So a letter to my past self and to you if you are very young, inexperienced baby bats with questions, concerns, just don't know what to expect at all. So I'm gonna just categorize this video in a couple different sections of like ideas just to have it organized. Also, on another note, I am in a cemetery, which I'm super excited about because I haven't been in a cemetery in a while, and I'm taking you guys along for the journey. So, with all of that out of the way, shall we begin? Okay, so this first category I'm just gonna call people are people, you know? And I just want to preface this with, when I was a very young in the subculture, when I was very much beginning, I didn't know any goth people. I was really the only alternative person in my hometown, really. There wasn't a whole lot of other people. So I didn't know what an actual goth person was like. And if that's you, hello, welcome. This is the video for you. Me telling you what they're actually like. So yeah, people are people. I thought that goth people would all be super serious, super cool, just all very brooding and just too cool for everything, and that's not what it's like. I think most of my friends in the subculture are bubbly and fun and have a lot of zeal for life and are very passionate, people, and they're not just sit there and brood and not smile, which there actually are people like that. I just don't really know them that well because they just like to sit and brood and, not saying there's anything wrong with that, but it's the people that I've gotten to know and become friends with are people that are kind of not bubbly, but, sociable, very sociable, and that's how I have a social life with them. There are people that just kind of brood and sit around the club, but it's just why would I talk to them? They don't seem like very much fun. If that's you, this is no shade to you, be yourself. Another part of the people is people thing is that there aren't these super clear-cut definitions when it comes to what people will identify with. So there's a lot of overlap when it comes to the different, the different alternative subgenres and subcultures. I think most of the people that I know that listen to goth music and that listen to industrial music listen to both. There are some people that are just industrial and some that are just goth, but for the most part, those people will listen to both genres. And, I thought that there would be, when I was younger, I thought there would be this thing where it's okay, these are the goth people, these are the industrial people, these are the BDSM people. And that's not what it's like. And maybe to a bit of a lesser degree within the people that listen to the music and go to the clubs and are a part of the goth scene, there's also a decent portion of them who are into the BDSM scene. If that's something that doesn't appeal to you, there's nothing wrong with that. It didn't initially appeal to me when I was 18 getting into the whole scene. It just kind of put me off, but now it's something I don't really have a problem with and kind of enjoy to a certain extent. But yeah, if that's something you don't enjoy, if you don't like the fact that there's BDSM people at the goth club, just whatever aspect of it makes you uncomfortable, just know that, if you avoid the nights, the nights that are in events that are specifically targeted around that, for the most part you should be fine. But don't be surprised if you see someone half naked, because there probably will be. And it's funny, I used to feel that aspect of clubbing just made me kind of uncomfortable, the whole half naked club wear thing, but it's actually, as I've gotten older, it's become something that I really enjoy and embrace, and it's an aesthetic that I wear a lot now. But if you're young, naive, and you're like, people being naked makes me uncomfortable, then like emotionally prepare for that, because if you go to any club, if you go to any adult nightlife situation, you're probably gonna find people that are a little bit naked. So there's that too. Okay, so shifting gears a little bit, I want to talk about fashion and Gothic fashion and how that plays into finances and also kind of the social aspect of what you wear. So I want to start by saying that thrifting in DIY are, not by everyone, but I think to a certain degree are overlooked by a lot of the people in the scene as of now. And I think that it's really empowering to make something and have it be a staple piece, have it something that like people notice and are like, hey, I like that. And if you're someone who's young, doesn't have a whole lot of money, maybe you're not working full time, or you don't have a job at all, you just have whatever money you get for your birthday, going to the thrift store and taking something that's black, cutting it up, painting it, putting safety pins on it, like whatever you want, like doing that and making a piece that's authentic and true to you and something that nobody else will have. I think that that's really important. And if you're worried about like, oh, I'm not going to be able to look as spooky as I'd like to, there's nothing that you can't make. If you're like, I'm not artistic, I'm not creative, if you don't ever try, you will never get better at it. If you don't pursue art and you don't pursue creating things, then you'll never improve at it. If that's not something that matters to you, totally fine, that's understandable. Like that's your journey, that's your life. But if you do want to make clothes, just fucking go for it. It's not that expensive if you use thrift store things and things from Walmart. It's all very accessible to start making your own clothing. And you really have nothing to be afraid of. I think that there's this mindset by some people that like the branded things, like that's what you want, like that's the direction you want to go in. And like I'm to a certain degree one of those people. I love branded goth brands. I love them. They're the aesthetics that in the the silhouettes that you can get from those pieces, I probably couldn't recreate, and I don't think most people could unless they have some really good sewing skills. So there's benefits to making your clothes and buying your clothes, but I feel like if you are feeling discouraged about the way that you look in your outfits, like try to make yourself something. It's not that expensive. And if you do want branded things, let's say you want your first pair of demonias or whatever, save up. Even if you don't make a lot of money or you don't get money very often, if you're really passionate about it, if you just keep squirreling that money away, eventually you'll be able to get that bag or those, that pair of shoes that you're crazy about. So yeah, that's that part. Alright guys, ramble over, video over, that'll do it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you next time.